storm here, Dorsey. Y'all
Huh?
in 7-degree weather over there?
No, it's cold and rainy. It's been cold here, man. It ain't been Green Bay cold, but it's been like Saturday. I think the high was 30, the low was 12.
Mm.
It's been cold down. I mean, people in Atlanta, they don't go
They
nowhere
don't
when
know how
it's
to
cold.
act.
They don't.
They don't know how to act. All right, welcome into the Green and Gold Gene Lounge. I'm your host, Amon Green, with my good friends, and I guess like I can't. I mean, they teammates. They I don't know. They butterballs. They acting silly right now. We got the grave digger, Mr. Gilbert Brown, right there in Detroit. Got a little ice storm going on. Oh, he got it. He got the
He know how to work.
hearts.
We know how to work his computer. How you learn? You learned
Yeah.
something new last week, didn't you?
I just throw it
He
out
got
there,
the
and
IT
then
engineer.
it just happened.
Yeah,
Let's see
then I
what
got my man. Oh, see, he gonna go. See, he that bad
Yeah,
student.
they
Go
gonna
sit in
do
the back
that.
of the class. Go sit in the back of the class. Yeah, I got my man, my running back brethren, Dorsey Levins, down in the ATL. Man, how you doing, Dorsey?
I'm doing good, man. Down here trying to get my lights to work. But other than that, I'm all right, man. I can't complain.
Good, good. Yeah, we all dealing with this. I say bad weather, not bad weather. It's just winter. It's hitting everybody a little different. Snow, ice, rain. And
Hey,
it's been
G.
rain in Houston. What's up?
I gotta ask Mr. Dorsey Levins something.
Uh-oh.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, tell us what is the news on getting y'all that new coach from out of New England? That's the news
Ooh,
we
also the
want to know.
Falcons. Yeah, been talking to Mr. Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I heard they're on the second interview,
Okay.
and then they're gonna interview Jim Harbaugh again. But
I
I'm
like
hearing
that.
that
I like that.
Belichick is he's the lead candidate from what I'm hearing around here.
Mm.
Here's what's killing me. Here's what's killing me. Now, I understand you Atlanta and you love Atlanta, but what can Atlanta Falcons give me when I'm a coach of Bill Belichick or Jim Harbaugh's stature? What do y'all have that's appealing? Because to me, y'all ain't no Super Bowl contention team.
First of all, I don't know where all this y'all shit coming from. I live here. I ain't got shit to do with the Falcons. let's just clear that up right out the gate.
Oh.
Second, they got $90 million under the salary cap. They got a bunch of young players that he can build. They say him and the GM been talking, and he may have some power with the GM to bring in some new players, because if he comes in, the whole roster is going to be overhauled, and they got to get.
I believe that. Yeah, he ain't got no attachment. He has no attachment to those players. No. He's gonna come in clear house with the players and probably coaching staff too. So it's gonna get. Those Falcons players could be. They need to all be real nervous right now. They'll get the young ones that started. They'll get a job, but anyone backing up, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, it's gonna be some. Like I said, the quarterback. I think Desmond Ridder is the guy. Yeah, but they kept going back and forth between him and somebody else. Who's it? I don't remember, because I don't give a shit about.
Oh, Mariota. Mariota was there.
No, he was gone last year, wasn't he?
Or was it?
He played this year.
No, that's right. He was with somebody else. He was with the.
Wasn't like Taylor Heineke or something like that?
Yeah, it was Heineke. It was Heineke. He was with the Commanders. Yep, it was Heineke.
Yeah, so I think that's the only thing, man. It's like if you give Belichick the job, it's a blank canvas. He gonna come in here and do what he want to do. But I ain't heard Belichick mentioned with no other jobs. I think it's Atlanta or the beach.
Man, he like, hey, I'm going one place. And I'm gonna be just the opposite weather place or coaching.
Chili, let me ask you this.
I'm not gonna go around the US.
Chili, you know about the Patriot way.
Was that broke up?
Oh, I was gonna ask Gilbert. Okay. You know about we all know about the Patriot way, right? How's that gonna work down here in Atlanta with these young cats? Because that old school shit don't really work. It ain't. I don't think it's been working lately, especially for Belichick. I don't think he's been able to connect with the players like he did back in the day. I think one of the biggest things that, and we should talk about this. We never talked about this. Is how coaches coach with fear. That was a big part of us growing up. They coach with fear. They scared the shit out of you about you losing your job. We used to always talk about Mike Willis. I get your Apple and a bus ticket and get your ass up out of here.
Yes, sir.
Right, but like we talked about last week, it's different now, especially with college guys, because college coaches are scared the shit out of you. I'm gonna take your scholarship if you don't do what I tell you to do. Now they got NIL money, they can like kiss my ass, I'm out of here.
Yep. Like players be like, oh yeah, you want to do that, man? I got more money than you.
Yeah, exactly. So It's a new day and age for these coaches out here. It's a new challenge.
I think what's going to help Bill Belichick is his coaching staff, who he brings in around him, because he has to see what's working in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the way your boy went out and got all former players and guys that been through the fire and know what to do, that's really helping them. I don't care if you got an old school coach at the helm.
Mm-hmm.
You got the guys underneath him that the guys really that they got. Because I mean, how many times let's be honest, how many times do you really see the head coach? Then your position coach, or then all the other coaches. You know what I'm saying? Until practice, damn near. You know what I'm saying? So I think what's going to save him is his coaching staff.
Okay. Well, the good thing is too, we got to your point, there's a lot of former players getting jobs. You got Gerard Mayo over.
Yeah, he took over, and then Pierce
got the head job in Vegas,
and Pierce could do the same thing. You know, bring a whole bunch of former players in that he know. I'm pretty sure. I'm about 90% sure he knows a good 10 players that could come fill all the positions if he wants to like clear house.
He got 3 right here.
Exactly.
He got 3 right here.
Hit us up. EB's already out there, so we already got some.
I had your D line eating nails, doggy.
Yes, sir. Stunting it
but
down.
Yeah, man. And what D'Amico Ryans is doing,
exactly.
I think Mike Vrabel will still get a job somewhere.
Yeah.
Even though he got fired from Tennessee.
Yeah. And Harbaugh,
he's qualified.
He's qualified. And then Harbaugh's going.
I'm just at a loss where I'm still thinking I always think of those 2 guys. Bieniemy, he needs a head coaching job.
Yeah.
And our boy 2 Stacks need a DC job.
Who's 2 Stacks? Got help out.
Andre Rison?
Hell no.
What are you talking about?
Man,
hell no.
You said 3 Stacks. I know Andre 3 Stacks down here in Atlanta, but he ain't coaching shit.
2 Stacks out there in Dallas, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Al
Harris.
Al Harris. Okay.
Yeah. Al, you know what? They're interviewing Ron Rivera for the Eagles defensive coordinator job. I wonder if he's not in the running for a head coaching job, if he's in the running for a defensive coordinator job, because he should be.
Yeah, Al Harris.
So explain this to me about these head coaches, right?
Okay.
You got a job, you got a guaranteed job, so you get fired. Do you still get that money and go be a DC somewhere?
All of it,
homie. All of it.
2 checks.
Guaranteed.
2 checks.
Guaranteed.
So
college level and pro level.
Ron Rivera giving them the DX sign as he going to collect this other check.
the DMX sign, hit him up.
Yeah. Give me my money. Give me my money.
And I'll tell you what, them boys must really want to coach. You give me $40 million and fire my ass, y'all never see me again.
Exactly. I'm like, where y'all want me to go? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go to Tahiti. I'm good.
That's exactly where I'm about to be, in Tahiti on my own private island.
That's why I was looking at Bill Belichick. At least take a year off, man. Recharge your batteries. You know, look and see how the other side lives, because you've been coaching for so long.
Yeah, but it's like, I think you remember Shawshank Redemption. Remember the old head that was in the building in the prison? Remember what happened when he left the prison?
Brooks.
Yeah, remember what happened when he left? That's Bill Belichick. He gotta keep coaching right now. Because the clock gonna stop ticking if he stopped coaching. So
you gotta love what you do to do it for 50 years, especially football. Because as a football coach, that's a grind. One of the main reasons I never tried, I was like, man, I need a little free time in my day. I can't be over here 18 hours a day every goddamn day. That's too much.
So if y'all say it like that, what about your boy from Alabama? You think he's done there?
Like, he's done. He's done. He got 7 championships. He got 7 total championships, 6 with Bama, 1 with LSU. There ain't nothing really.
Yeah, just go fishing, man.
And he coached in the pros for 1 season or 2 seasons with the Dolphins. Had a cup of coffee there, and the players kicked him out of there because he couldn't. You know, the players were like, "What are you? This ain't college, bro."
Saban was on Belichick's staff at one point, wasn't he?
Yep.
Was that with the Browns?
Yep. Yes. Yeah. It was a defense. he was a defensive. He was either the DB coach or the D line coach. With Belichick was the DC at the Browns back in like the early '90s. So yeah. Mm-hmm. So to the chat real quick, we got Papa Hirsch in the chat says, "Good morning, fellas," and my man Yodel Strudel, and he said, "Yeah, that Browns coaching staff was stacked because it was Bill Belichick, guy which we just mentioned, Saban, and then Nick Saban, and I think it was a few. Yeah, it might have been Bill Parcells, or I don't know, but it was a few other people that now have some nice coaching lines going on here. So
it's kind of like them 49ers back in the day.
Yeah, Bill Walsh, Mike Holmgren, and some other guys came out of there.
Ray Rhodes.
Yeah, Ray. And then when Ray and Holmgren came to Green Bay, then they got Andy Reid, Dick Duran, what's his name that used to coach with the Raiders? Chucky. Chucky was there. John Gruden was there with y'all. And
boy, that went to Detroit.
Yeah, Mariucci. So yeah, the coaching trees, and now the coaching tree is Shanahan and LaFleur and McVay. I think it's McVay's coaching tree because he hired Shanahan at one point in time, and then LaFleur, he got hired by Shanahan and McVay, and then LaFleur's brother is in LA with McVay right now, so they're taking care of each other. Just put it lightly, put it honestly, they taking care of each other.
Yeah, they are.
So with that being said, we get on this wild card weekend, or no, divisional weekend. Divisional. So we had some good old matchups here, and we start with our boys though. These Packers, they came in San Francisco. What's up? They woke up. They were, I say, more woke than the 49ers were for about 3/4 of that game.
About 3.5 quarters.
Yeah, 3.5 quarters. And San Francisco woke up and said, "Oh, we need to get about 3 more plays out of the offense or the defense," and they were able to find those plays. If they didn't find those plays, I believe, guys, that we'd be talking about our Packers in the NFC Championship game right now. But the 49ers were able to hold fast, get some defensive plays, turnovers, and then get the dub there. But I see your face, Mr. Gravedigger. I'll start with you.
You about to cut somebody out.
Yeah, well, I'll start with you, big dog. What you got to say about the game?
I never felt. I'll put it this way. I never felt so good about a loss. I'm gonna put it this way.
I feel the same. I'm with you. I'm with you on there.
I mean, I think we lost that game because of the maturity level that we have. That's the only reason we lost that game. Because let's look at this. I'm going to say the unsung hero of the year of this team, if I had to give out an award, would be the offensive line. It's plain and simple. Because for 2 weeks, we went up against the best pass rushers in the NFL. Michael Parsons, no sacks. Bosa, no sacks. You see what I'm saying? Them boys, and people got to realize how football works. Everybody, because I was so hard on them at the beginning of the season, first 6-7 games. They're killing me. They're killing me. All this, that. But you got to realize something. They were still on their Aaron Rodgers blocking. If you understand what I'm saying, they still on Aaron Rodgers blocking because we're blocking. We know where Aaron's going to be. First 8 games or whatever it was, it's going to take them time to gel with Jordan Love because now we got to figure out because the offensive lineman could be blocking. He reached back. He know that he's right here. You see what I'm saying? They didn't know that yet. They had to get these games in, and once they got that, that started working. The run game started working, and then you got to ask yourself, here's the killer part of the whole thing. Bakhtiari who? Bakhtiari who?
Hey.
You see what I'm saying? So I was so proud. The only 2 things I just got pissed off about is the kicker. I don't like them fucking kickers. I can just go
Tell me how you really feel, G. Just tell me how you really feel.
Sorry for my French, but you sitting out there. Let's go. When all our kickers we used to have, we'd be out there sweating, block, doing all. You look over there, they sitting on the bags playing with Game Boys, or they doing something over there. Doing all your job to do is come in and kick the damn ball.
Hey,
he come in and he's young. He missed it. Okay, he missed a few. Now, the last play, when I'm watching it, I don't know what he saw because he's at ground level.
Mm-hmm.
We're up. We can see because we're on the camera. Once they showed the back view of Jordan Love running, and he threw the cross body with 3 guys over there and 1 receiver, and I'm seeing Bosa sideline. I'm thinking Jordan can shoot past him or at least get to the sideline. And if he didn't call timeout because we got 2, we still got time to fight.
Yeah.
The maturity level in that is I can make something happen. I've been making something happen for the last 2 weeks.
Longer than that, last 3-4 weeks.
And I'm gonna just throw this wing in the prayer up. You know what I'm saying? So that's the maturity level that I think that what got us, because we went toe to toe as a 7 seed against number 1 seed and 2 seed.
Blow for blow.
Toe with it, dog. So I in this loss, it hurts, but I'm glad that we saw our team fight like they did.
Yes, sir.
I agree 100% with everything you just said, Gilbert. On that last thing about Jordan Love, he's been getting away with throwing off his back foot across the field for a long time.
It was too
People
much
say
of the
it all the
combination.
time. Don't do it. But I heard him say in the interview, he's good at it. He's been good at it. But it just came back to bit him in the ass.
Yeah.
You can't keep doing it against a team like that. Like Gilbert said, man, super proud of it. It gives me hope for next year. Obviously, every year you got to avoid injuries. That's always a big deal going toward the end of the season. But we got some young receivers. They used to be no name. We know who they are now, right? But there were a couple of plays, like Gilbert said, the maturity level. Maybe it takes to think about our teams, Gilbert. It takes time to get into the playoffs and then to move forward. Think about our progression with that Super Bowl team. Playoffs 1 year,
95,
then the NFC Championship, and then we finally got to the Super Bowl. So it takes time. We had some opportunities, man. We dropped 2 interceptions. That was right. They couldn't have put them if they dropped it off in the Easter basket right in his hand. He couldn't have put it in his hands any better. So we had those opportunities. The biggest thing about the offensive line, Gilbert, and you said it, we ain't talked about them here in 2 months. When the first half of the year, that's all we talked about. They ain't blocking shit. When they gonna give them some time to protect or open the hole for the running backs. So with that being said, we ain't talked about them, which is a great thing. If you on the offensive line, ain't nobody complaining about you. You're doing your damn job. Like you said, Aaron Jones, they ran the ball better than damn near anybody. San Francisco, I think, 3rd in the league against the rush.
Right. That was actually their 51 games without a 100-yard rusher against their defense. 51.
Yeah, man. So with all that being said, man, from my perspective, the future is bright. I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to do in the draft. I think we got to bolster up the offense and defensive line. That's probably every year, though. And man, I think we're going to be in the mix. Like I said, barring injuries at the end of the year, we should be in the mix moving forward.
100%. So to the chat real quick, Smoke Buds Heavy says, yo, good morning, gentlemen. And Yodel Strudel said, I got to meet Holmgren in Seattle back in 2000. Such a great guy. Yeah, as a fan, yeah. As a fan, Yodel Strudel, I hope you had a great a conversation with him. I'll just keep it at that.
Because our conversations with that man have been
our interactions as players is a whole nother conversation.
And Gilbert, to your point earlier, y'all didn't see Mike on defense.
Ooh, we saw him. We dealt with
plays on us. We saw his ass all day.
All day.
Y'all could have had him. Y'all could have him if y'all wanted him. y'all listen.
Right. So then Smokes Bud Heavy said, man, what a game. Packers almost had it. And to your point, both of y'all points, like to me, it was like that. What was it? I was saying all weekend. I had a nice little thing I found because I remember it was a movie line I found it from. It was a Warriors' death of a game, basically. Where they played hard no matter what, and a few mistakes at the end just changed it. And because 49ers, if they didn't get those turnovers, they didn't stop them when they needed to stop them. Like I mentioned earlier, it's not them moving on to the NFC Championship game. It's this young Buck Packer team. So right now, like I said, Warriors def love the game. And then Papa Hurst says facts 93 when you're talking about the O-line. O-line was holding it down for the second half of the season. And Yodel Strugel says, yeah, my patience has run out with the young Buck kicker, Harlson or Carlson or something like that. So,
hey, I got, and this question for both of y'all. It's a couple of them.
Okay.
I was driving home yesterday through some ice and all this other stuff. So I figured, well, let me call one of my teammates. I don't want to say his name because if he was a head coach and I was working with him, and I would have told him, hey, man, don't do that because we want to keep our jobs. But he said this teammate lives in Houston.
Okay.
He said if he was the GM, he wouldn't bring 23 back.
Ooh.
Is he saying he's a cancer in the locker room? You talking about Captain Zaire? That's what we talking about?
Yes.
The seatbelt.
Yes.
Doing the seatbelt thing. Okay.
Yes.
That's a seatbelt thing, right? Did y'all realize that, or did y'all know that?
I didn't know what. I don't know what the hell.
I thought it was a sword. I thought he was taking a sword out of his back and
putting it in the thing on the side.
Yeah, but he's putting on the seat. Say he's locking down.
Who gives a shit? Would y'all answer my question?
The question I got is he a cancer in the locker room? I mean, we know about the thing he did in Carolina, going out to be a captain when he wasn't supposed to.
Right?
Is he a cancer in the locker room?
That's
if he's a cancer in the locker room. He's got to go.
To the coaches, he is.
I don't think he is to the players.
Not to the players. The players,
yeah, but the players ain't making no decisions. If you ain't right with the coaches, they're gonna get you out of there. How many guys do we know who were good football players but they had character issues? They gone. You come into practice, that locker be empty as hell. Like, damn, they got him up out of here quick.
But come on, man. Sometimes coaches put up with that because of the player that you are.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's be honest.
But do you have a conversation with him then? Be like, hey, bro.
Then that's why I try to tell this fool I was talking to yesterday when I was driving home. And I try to say, hey, man, if I was the GM or the head coach and this boy out here fighting, coming off of missing so many games, right?
Yeah, with the ankle.
But he come out and locking up number one receivers like he was doing. Yeah. Man, you better sit down and tell that boy, listen, man, I'm gonna just get you a desk in my office, and when you come to work, you sit in that desk right there.
Don't say a word.
Don't say a word.
9 times out of 10, the talent has to be greater than the problem.
And that's what's happening.
That's what's happening. If you can ball, if we can ball, we're gonna put up with your shit. Happens in the NBA. Happens in the NBA a lot.
To an extent.
Yeah, exactly. NBA a lot.
I would tell him if I was the GM or head coach, I said, look here, boy. I mean, man. This is how it's gonna go down. Now, I'm giving you every opportunity I can give you. Now I'm gonna let you hang yourself. I'm gonna let you hang yourself.
If you were the GM of the Golden State Warriors, what would you do with Draymond Green?
Gone.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Gone.
Man, yeah, that's
what he does. What he does is off the. I mean, I love Draymond, Michigan State, all that. I love him, but dog,
you don't hit a dude.
It's too much heat on you and not the team.
Man, I'm sorry.
Always too. It's always something.
100%. Like he hit another grown man.
Windmill.
Dead in the. I'm like we fighting. Like it. Like I'm about to. I don't know what I'm about to do because I'm about to black out on you.
Right. Right.
You just punch me in the face like that. Oh, it's on. I'm like, you better.
My second question.
Woo, what's up?
Joe Barry.
Defense.
What you gonna do with him? His contract is up. But here it is now. He finally figured out what he can dial up with what he got. Took him like the offensive line now.
Yeah.
Took him time to figure his team out. but he finally figured out what he can dial up to beat people. Does that save his job?
Well,
We'll find out.
We're about to find out for sure.
LaFleur, you can tell LaFleur loves him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good question.
I hope my man Al Harris gets a defensive. I think Al's a young guy. He's our age.
Yeah.
And he speaks the language in locker room still. You know, sometimes I go to the gym here where I teach spin, and them young boys start talking to me, and I don't know what the fuck they be talking about. I be like, what? What did you just say? It's a whole nother world out there, right? It's a whole,
hey, man, why you up here sus on the leg press right now?
Right.
You be like, what sus?
Man, yeah, so I think, and we be talking about this all the time. Coaches coming in, bringing other coaches in, because we speak the language, we can connect with the guys on a different level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. That's where Pierce is going to succeed. That's where Vrabel has succeeded already. Dion and other coaches that are former players, we understand because we've been through the process for a long time.
Yeah. I love what Dion is doing. I don't know if y'all saw the Coach Prime special on Amazon.
Yeah, I've been watching it. I'm on episode 2 right now.
I would love to play for a coach like Dion. I would.
Yeah. You're telling you like it is, getting you ready for the world that you want to be in, basically. And that's what one thing we want as players, the coaches to do is, coach us up on our game. And then if they give us some life tips, even better. But the football side of it is what we're there for in the first place.
Dion is a born leader, though, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a born leader, and he draws greatness. You see what I'm saying? Like, if he was to give you a call, you would break your neck to get up there and take the job. I mean, look at Warren Sapp. You see what I'm saying? Just to look at the coaching staff. That's he just hired a nice DC. Who was that?
Let me check.
Was it Zimmer? No, was it Zimmer?
It might have been Zimmerman. That sounds familiar. Somebody he did. He hired somebody good.
A big time. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, man,
Here's the big thing I like. One of the big things I like about Dion is the accountability factor. He ain't gonna be mean about it. He's gonna tell you what you did or what you didn't do and what you need to do to improve for them to win. At the end of the season, him and one of his coaches was in the car, and he was like, "Hey man, when this transfer portal, we need offense and defense alignment. We can't win with them big boys not being able to bang up front."
Yeah.
He gonna keep it real. He gonna keep it real and tell it how it is.
Yeah, you got to do that though.
And this is the thing where these athletic directors and GMs need to understand that that's the type of guy I want coaching my young men, making young men, telling them. But guys like ourselves, we know about football inside and out. But when you got these athletic directors and GMs that is scared to take that chance on you and go out and get this dude that's been around for 20 or 30 years in the system and get him a job.
Yeah. So he's hired Warren Sapp, Pat Shurmur. They used to coach the Giants and
Shurmur. Pat, I was in Philly with Pat. Pat's a good dude too. Yeah.
And it doesn't really say if they got the defensive coordinator you mentioned, Zimmer, the head coach. He used to be the coach for the Vikings. Yeah. If they get him, that's a good pickup right there.
Guys, here's the thing, right? Just like I think we're heading in the direction of coaches getting more jobs because of how successful they've been. It's just going to take some time. Just like think about the evolution of the black quarterback. Yeah. Right? There's a lot of kickback. They're not smart enough. All they want to do is run. Look around the NFL.
All they can do is run. That's what
all they can do is run.
Right.
How many old school drop back quarterbacks are in the NFL today? I can think they pulled Joe Flacco off the couch somewhere.
Yep.
Everybody else can move. You got to be able to run. You got to be able to move. But I think just like that process took time, because let's keep it real. The Peyton Mannings and Tom Brady's classic drop back quarterbacks, those guys are extinct in the NFL right now. Yeah, if you can't move, you ain't got a chance.
It's hard. It's hard as an OC to set your quarterback back there with the O line too, and be comfortable. I say we could call these plays with you when he could barely get past the line of scrimmage to pick up 5 yards.
This guy that's about to win the MVP right now.
Yes, sir.
He's the quarterback mode right now.
Yeah, that's what you want. It's a problem.
Yeah. And think about how much shit he had to go through to get his money during the offseason.
Oh my
exactly.
God.
Hey, if he needed somebody to come grab a bag with him, he could have hit me up too. I was like, I'll meet you in Baltimore. I don't know where I'm going, but I'll meet you up there, homie. You need some help because this is ridiculous. I'm not even your teammate. I don't know where you're from, but I will help you out because this is
change. As they say, change gonna come. It's
right.
coming.
You want me to take some kneecaps out? I'll take some kneecaps out. Like, what's up? I'm like, man, come on. That was the one and only thing that pissed me off during the offseason is them dragging him through that wait time when it shouldn't have been no wait, no decision, no long decision to give him his money because he had earned it. So,
hey, you know what I was thinking about after the Packers loss? And if y'all want to talk about this, let me know. When the season is over, man, and they had a long ride back from San Francisco. I remember when T.O. caught that last pass on us. We had that long-ass flight back home to Green Bay in that playoff. There's something about it took me back to that moment where you're upset because you're not in the playoffs or you're not going to the Super Bowl, but there's a relief that comes with the season being over. It's like you can just breathe for a second, right? And I thought about all the times when the day after the game, it's crazy because the NFL is prepared. I don't know if you guys at home watching on the podcast notice. In the playoff game, they give you 2 itineraries after the game. Here's one if we win. Here's one if we lose.
That's true.
And that losing one means you get that morning, everybody comes in, they got them checkout physicals.
Yep.
You meet with your head coach, you meet with your position coach. They tell you what you need to do. Whatever your situation may be, everybody's situation is different. But I was just reflecting on that time, man. I remember I was like, even though we lost, because ain't at that point ain't shit you can do about it. There's a relief that comes along with just going. I remember going back to my place. It seemed more quiet than usual.
Yeah.
And just packing all my shit in my bag and driving, right? And I would leave whatever time, like whatever. I would leave at 7 o'clock at night. Like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm leaving.
I'm out.
I know for those of us who drove, that's what we did. But I know after that physical, half the team was gone by 5 o'clock that afternoon. That last flight out of Green Bay, the day after the last game.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't nobody hanging around. Everybody got the hell out.
Cars are left on running in the players' parking lot. I remember seeing that. Coming in for that last meeting of the year, and all the cars, you see all the exhausts coming out of the Packers player parking lot. You see all that. So, it's one of them things that exit interviews are get interesting. The meetings get interesting because now you see the coach a lot more relaxed than he's probably been all year. And Mike Sherman, he was that guy when the season was over, he looked a little bit more chill because before all that, he could put a piece of coal up his butt, pull out a diamond. It was tight. So this is this make diamonds.
But why you look like that? You don't like Sherman? You don't like Mike Sherman? Okay.
All right. On that note, so around the league, we talk about the Ravens, and they got them young buck Texans who are having a good season, just like our Packers. But the seniority defense for the Ravens ruled there. They got 2 or 3 turnovers in that game total. Beat the Texans 34-10. A couple interceptions there. Lamar Jackson able to pull his team up and get to the AFC Championship game, which will be in Baltimore next week against those Chiefs. Now that's going to be an interesting game. We'll talk about later. Then Buccaneers, they showed up. They played another boxing match here, just like our game with the 49ers, and they lose to the Lions, though, 31-23, and advance to the NFC title game and off of Mayfield's last try interception there. And then the Bills and the Chiefs. Now, this game, I don't know if y'all watched it. I don't know what game y'all watched, but all the games, I watched all of them too, and this is another one. This was another slugfest here. Chiefs going back and forth with the Bills, but then Mahomes comes on top, outdoing Josh Allen and that Bills offense and defense. And, to that point, to that game, I say the media has appointed, in my opinion, Josh Allen as this winning quarterback right away since he got to Buffalo and not prove himself first. to then get to the point where he should be, talked about in a way, because they're talking about him like he already won Super Bowls, and he's not. He's a great athlete, like he's that dude. When you get him in the pocket, it's hard to contain him. When he has time to throw, he's going to dot the receiver up, but he hasn't got there yet. So why keep talking about, like, I say, don't give him the crown. He ain't got it yet. Is he Pro Bowler? Yep. All that stuff. So stop.
Gilbert, what you say, Gilbert? What you say, Gilbert?
Yeah.
He got something on the skin. He got something on the skin. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I know what you're hitting at, big boy, big brother. So yeah. So it's like, nah, stop all that. He has to earn it, just like all the quarterbacks. And it's unfortunate he's a Bill, because it might be something in the water, or in that territory might be cursed. Because I've been watching since 1992. Them Buffalo Bills go to the playoffs, go to the Super Bowl, and wide left, wide right, or just don't win. I'm like, man, it's been 32. What they said, 32 years.
Wide right, the most dreaded two words in Buffalo Bill history.
You had grown ass men crying in that
stadium.
Saw that.
I called August, like, August, come look at this fool over here crying.
Grown man.
Really sad.
I was like, man. So wow. So what's y'all thoughts on those 3 games there, and then we got 2 coming up this weekend?
I think I think we're looking at Baltimore as being the champs. Period. I don't see nobody changing the dynamics of that team. I mean, they got a good defense, good offense. And when in doubt, ain't nothing open, I'm gone. And you can't. And as a defense, that's your worst nightmare, to see your DBs and your linebackers back running down the field,
covering their receivers,
covering everything else. As D linemen, we running up the field, creating run lanes for him, and he's sitting there like, "Are y'all kidding me? I'm gone." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How can you defend that unless you put a spy on him? And then the spy is like committing, I hate to say it, committing suicide, because he there watching the dude, and how am I going to get over there to get to him? I'm not as fast as that. You got a big old linebacker trying to track him down. No, you can't do that. So it's to the point where they got the dynamics this year. I wanted to see the Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions in the NFC Championship game. Since I didn't see that, I'm all Baltimore.
Okay. Mr. Levins?
Yeah, I agree with everything he said. Baltimore impressed me specifically on defense, because C.J. Stroud looked like the next coming of Joe Montana the last few weeks.
Yeah, he was balling.
They completely shut him down. I mean, the Houston's got a punt return for a touchdown.
That was it.
That was it. And I was worried about Baltimore because they hadn't played their starters in 3 weeks. They had clinched the bye the week before that. And I think it showed in the first half they're a little rusty, because it was 10-10 at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
And they came out and blew them away. Who else? Kansas City. Shout out to Andy Reid.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes' 6th straight AFC championship.
He's 13-3 in the playoffs. 6 straight and 13-3 in the playoffs.
Yeah, they work cut out for him though. They got their work cut out for him in Baltimore. But if anybody can do it, I think Mahomes can. If he has some better receivers, I saw number 4. What's his name? For Kansas City, the receiver, their best receiver, number 4.
Oh, I think it's Darius.
Anyway, I saw him limp off the field. So without him, they got to lean on Travis Kelce. So that should be. I mean, both games are going to be good. But it was a good overall weekend.
Yeah, it was either Kadarius Toney, or
no, it's not Tony,
or Darius
Rice.
It was Rice. It was Rice. Yeah, I think it was Rice. So, yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, Rashid Rice. Rice. That's what it was. So to the chat real quick, Yodo Strudel says MVP, in his opinion, MVP should go to CMC, that Christian McCaffrey out in San Francisco. When we're talking about MVPs there, Big G. And then he says
he's a bad boy, but I don't know about MVP.
Yeah, then he says, I have a love-hate with Detroit. He said, but I like to see them succeed this year, as much as it kills me to say that. That's from my man Yodel Strudel there. But yeah, we got a lot of good stuff going on with Detroit, man. Same thing with there. I watched that game, and then looking at the stands, I just saw the joy. Seeing them fans celebrate was like, yeah, this is something that we know special to that city. Detroit Lions. winning their game, and how the fans.
Yeah, they had grown men crying.
Yeah, and same thing, but on the good side, where they 30, they got generations that hadn't seen anything from that team like this.
The last championship was what, 52?
50 something in the 50s. Yeah. So we're talking about half a century ago.
That was a championship before they called it a Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah. So we're talking about half a century ago.
I've had this conversation, I shouldn't say conversation, argument with people about the number of championships. Because the Packers had about 11 in a row that was championships before they called it the Super Bowl.
You know what?
And people sleep on that. Huh? You know what?
Which blew my mind. This is what I tell people to do. Since y'all want to talk all that crap, go to the Green Bay Packer Hall of Fame. They got a back room. When you walk in that back room and you look to the right, you see 11 to 12 championships.
Mm-hmm.
Then you look over to the left, you see 4 Super Bowl champion trophies.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me who got that in their trophy room.
Yeah, that sounds like about 15 championships. I'm like, listen, just because it wasn't called the Super Bowl, don't mean it wasn't the biggest game of the NFL year.
Right. Yeah.
And we got a bunch of them before the name got changed to Super Bowl.
Yeah. So it was 1957 from the average historian getting in the facts right there. Yeah. So
I know it was 50 something.
Yeah, long stuff. All right, we got these picks
about CMC. How did y'all feel when he broke through the hole?
Yeah,
and my inner Homer Simpson came out. Don't! God damn!
I said they rolling now. I said once because the run game along with the pass game when they both working, it's a problem. And so when I saw that happen, and then Purdy was hitting some receivers. I think he got 1 touchdown. CMC has 2 touchdowns. So I'm like, that's hard. Because Aaron Jones had a great game, but he didn't get in the end zone. He gets in the end zone, that might, change the momentum factor because you know how Gilbert, you play defense. When a running back gets going, y'all know wide receiver is going to catch touchdown from the quarterback passing game. But when that run game gets going, that's something like as a defender, you're like, damn, we got to keep that dude from getting in the end zone.
That was like 3rd and something, right? Right. But that's what I'm saying. People, you got to see the dynamic of the play, and what happened on that play was Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark got a slam block. You know what I'm saying? And if Kenny Clark would have kept his shoulders square, we would have stopped that play. But what happened was Kenny when they hit him, his shoulders went this way. So when the center was coming around, you know how you slam with the guard and try to get up on the linebacker? Yep. When the center was coming around, he turned Kenny. So Kenny fell, and he came right off that. If Kenny would have kept his shoulders square,
it would have been a box.
Stopped that play right there. And we've been doing it the whole game. Not to single out Kenny Clark, because Kenny Clark is a beast, man. I love that kid.
Yeah, great season.
93, that boy, Shelton, he was a monster out there putting pressure. Our D-line, man, you sit up there and you see them, and the way they played at the end of the season, you got to say, how do you replace those guys? There's nobody to replace. Right. There's nobody to replace. You may get a guy, a young kid out of an inside young kid, but I will fight with those guys all the way from next season. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, they keep saying about Smith, he long in the tooth and all this other stuff, but you got Van Ness behind him.
Yeah,
so
he's doing his job.
Who do you get to change the dynamics of that D-line? I don't see nothing. They're pretty good.
Yeah, you got Papa Hurst says losing Wyatt in the end of the game there. He got hurt towards the end, so I kind of move things around, having extra bodies to rotate in with the D-line with to help out with Kenny and them. But yeah, no, they D-line, defense overall, like that game right there, they did their thing. It is a few plays short. But next season, gonna get interesting. I know they already talking about putting that bag in Jordan Love's locker, and which is good because he earned it. He earned it.
Well deserved.
Give him his bag, as the kids say today.
They better pay him now, because as the kids say, yesterday's prices ain't today's prices.
I don't know if the kids say that.
And if I was Jordan Love, I'd be like, hey, remember y'all was talking about I got to prove myself for the first 8 games, or I ain't gonna get this, that. Guess what? I need the Brinks truck and your mama's truck.
And a Peterbilt. Give me a Peterbilt diesel too on top of all that.
Full
all
of
right.
cash.
There you go, Bay. All right, let's get to these picks. We only got 2 games, 4 teams. Getting to the next big game here. So we're starting off first game up on
I ain't looked at the damn thing. Gilbert over here smiling on. That's got me worried.
No, it ain't. Don't worry about it.
Ain't
nothing to worry.
I know what killed me. My heart killed me.
Yeah. So, for
Playoffs.
the week, you want me talking about the record or just going to the picks? Which I want.
Let's go to the picks, man. Don't worry
about it. Fuck that. No. Gilbert,
I love it.
Gilbert, you are in 3rd place.
Yes, sir.
It's at the bottom of the barrel, sir. Get your tongue ready. All right, you're gonna be licking the bottom of the boots. Look at the quiet.
So for the week, the week,
you're tired now, huh? He's sleepy.
Playoff weeks, Mr. Brown went 6-4. He's 6-4 total. He went 2-2 for the week. Myself and Mr. Levens, we went 4-0.
Yeah,
so we made up ground. We made up all that ground, which was just 1 game anyway, or 2 games anyway. And now we got a 1-game lead. We're sitting at 7-3 in the playoff count of wins and losses. So that's where we are before we get into them picks. All right.
Gilbert, your pillow and blanket, a comforter, should be on its way so you can get comfortable at the bottom of the barrel. I know it get lonely. Dang. I know my light ain't working. I'm gonna send you a lamp though, so you can get you can be comfortable at the bottom of the barrel. You and the rest of them crabs down there.
Yeah, dang. And remember, you called your shot too last week. On January 9th, actually a couple weeks ago now. January 9th. You called your second shot of the season because your first shot was back on mid-season. Talking about you were going to be coming back for the season. That didn't happen. So
I wish we had a producer on point that we could pull up the clip of him talking shit.
Oh man, we'll find it. I got the clips. I'm gonna find it.
It ain't over.
All right, here we go. So the picks of the week.
That lady clearing her throat. That's all I'm saying.
Here we go. We got championship weekend, fellas. All right, we got the Lions. Was not the number 1 seed, but they're going out to the 49ers, and the spread is 7-point victory 7-point spread to the 49ers. Mr. Brown, who's your pick? Oh, Mr. Levens, excuse me. Sorry. Yeah. Mr. Levens. Who's your pick?
I'm gonna go with the 49ers. I think I like what Detroit is doing. But I think the 49ers got this.
Yeah, I'm going 49ers as well. Real easy for me. Mr. Brown now, Mr. Gravedigger.
Yeah,
who's your pick?
49ers.
All right, sir.
They haven't been in that big game yet.
Yep. Yeah, they got there. Like you were talking about. You guys were talking about yourself, Dorsey. You mentioned that it took y'all a progressive years playoff, NFC, and then boom, Super Bowl, and then win right away. So there you go. All right, next game up. So and this is probably going to be the same conversation with these Chiefs going to Baltimore, and Baltimore is a 3.5-point favorite. Mr. Levens, who's your pick?
We were talking about coaching trees earlier. John Harbaugh is also from the Andy Reid coaching tree. He was a special teams coach.
In Philly. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Baltimore. I think at home in that defense, they don't get some turnovers. I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
I'm there too, Mr. Brown, Mr. Gravedigger.
I already told y'all who won in the thing,
Baltimore. So yeah, he going with them, and I'm right there with you. I like them. The Chiefs. I'll say for them, they will have that experience of being in this game 5-6 straight years or whatever it's been from Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes in that offense and defense. So they definitely have that over Lamar and his squad. But I think the defense for the Ravens, I like them. They're hitting hard. They're a little pissed off as well because of what they had to get through to get here. And so Lamar's too. I think he's primed for it, and hopefully he has that confidence. He makes these plays, and then we're looking at them facing off against the 49ers. And we got a grudge match right here. Not a grudge match. It's going to be a heavyweight title fight with these two teams, offense and defensively. Defenses are built the same. Offenses pretty much the same. They run the ball hard. So it'll be get your helmet put on tight for that Super Bowl matchup for the 49ers and the Ravens. But if it's not, it's going to be interesting. So those are the picks of the week. And so we're about to wrap this thing up, fellas. What you got for the rest of the week? Gentlemen, other than being safe out there in that inclement weather in your area, what you got, Doris?
I got nothing. It's supposed to be raining all week here in Atlanta. It's going to go up. The temperature is going to go up to the mid 60s because it's been in the 30s, and that's like for people in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's nowhere. That's no man's
we might
land.
as well be. We might as well be in the Arctic the way they be dressing up when it's when it's in the teens. You can't even see people. They be face covered, scarf, gloves. I'm like, man, this is Atlanta cold. This is a Tuesday in Green Bay. This ain't nothing.
Right. This is regular spring day in Green Bay.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Gravedigger, what about yourself? What you got going on the rest of the week, sir?
Just chilling, man. Got like I said, we got a little ice storm going on right now. So
how much snow y'all got up there, Chili?
Oh man, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. I mean, in some places it's like 13 inches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, it's crazy. But like I say, man, this the time where I get in the garage and tinker. You know, getting ready for the summertime and
clean up them vehicles.
Yeah.
Cars.
Yeah.
You can fix a car, Gilbert. You know how to fix them. I know you know how to drive them. I know you know how to fix them.
As many cars as I got, you got to know how to fix them.
Yeah, save some money.
That's where you get that hoist in your garage. You change that oil and all that good stuff. And,
yep, save a couple
bucks. I was also thinking about, everybody jumping to these electrical vehicles and all that stuff. And me and the dude, Mr. Dotson, was talking the other day about, man, what's gonna happen when they're gonna force us to take those cars? That means they got to raise the price of the gas. Really, and then I sit up and say, I don't know about that because they still got to make that diesel because I don't see them making no electric trucks to move this stuff.
You mean big diesel electric truck?
Yeah,
or big electric 18-wheeler electric truck. Yeah, that's a big battery. That's a big battery.
Because the way they talking about how some of these cars get when there's a load on them and they're trying to move stuff or it's too many people in the car, how much it drains. And they ain't figured out the cold weather yet on them electrical cars because they be shutting them batteries down.
Yep, super cold.
Yeah, but I need a lesson. Every time I go to the car dealership, I feel like a woman. Like they just raping me. Just that they ain't giving me this. Like this can't cost that much money. Well, Mr. Levins, we had this, and then we had. I'm like, man, this is some bullshit.
If I was to do,
I always feel like I'm being taken advantage of when I go to the car dealership.
If I was the dude and I saw you coming, I said, "Look at this pretty motherfucker here. I'm gonna get me some money here."
And that's how I feel when I leave. That like
they got this little thing that they have that you can stick in your car, and you can have it on your phone or on your computer, and it'll tell you what's wrong with your car. You need to get one of those.
I do.
Because most of the newer cars are computer ran anyway.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, I got that with my T-Rex.
Things on your dash that says something, that you get one of those little things. I forgot the name of it. I had to send it to y'all. And you stick it up in there where they do.
It's a chip. It's like a chip thing.
Yes, it's like you stick it in there.
And, I heard of those.
Tell you what's wrong with your car on your phone.
Okay. Yeah, I need one.
Get one of those, man.
I'm getting had. I'm
oh yeah. I ask a lot of questions. I'll be like, oh, hold on. What about the warranty? I'm like, where did that? I just got I just got my headlight.
They smile when they tell you that.
Yeah.
So, do I still got a warranty?
No. Oh, I did though. And so they had it. My headlight on my T-Rex. If I looked at the regular price, if I didn't have warranty, it was $2,100 and some change. I was like, just for a headlight?
Low.
I went to YouTube. You know what I did? I went to YouTube just in case.
You changed it yourself?
I was going to change it myself if they said my warranty was out.
You got moved.
No, I know. I looked at the YouTube. It was like a 10-minute YouTube, but he took off like 5 layers of the front hood of the car, of the truck. And I'm like, it'd be a long Saturday. I got to do it. I might had to do it. So I was getting prepared to pull out the toolbox and really get in there and take pictures, make sure I don't forget where everything. I was like, $2,100 for a light?
No.
But it's the work going through the front hood, what's behind the hood, the other light fixtures, the radiator. You got to take that off, all the caps off, all that stuff just to get to the light.
They do that.
Out.
They do that to you. They do.
Told
me on them new Wagoneers, you down there got to take the whole body off
to change a light bulb.
to get inside to do something with the engine that they're having problems with. I seen them sitting there with the body off, and they trying to get at something that's in the back by the firewall. I said, "Oh Lord, I have a heart attack."
Yeah, you know what? If football hadn't worked out, I can see Gilbert with his own auto shop, oil under his fingernails.
You can see the thing right there, Gil's Auto, right there,
Gil's Auto,
100%.
Hey, you got a cigarette in there? Hey, you go ahead and roll that cardboard over here for me real quick.
I got you, babe. I got you, babe. We're gonna get this right. We're gonna get your change, babe. We gonna get you out of here. We're gonna make sure the brakes
hanging out the corner of his mouth.
Yeah, make sure the brakes are working for you. Stop on the dime. I'm gonna have you stopping on the dime. All right, but to the chat real quick. The Bear fan is in here. He said with the trucks, he said, yeah, they do have electric big rigs out there. Oh, like Tesla.
I haven't seen them.
I haven't seen one. Yodo Strudel said they have the big Tesla semis out there. I haven't seen it either. So that's something I definitely we got to check out. Keep your eyes on the pilt out there. And then we got also the Bear fan says, phone call, Mr. Green. We see that the car's warranty has ended. Do you have a minute to talk? Hey, man, when you get that phone call, if that phone comes up, the phone call comes to my phone, it's most likely a number I don't have, so I'm not picking that number up. If it's important, if important, leave a message.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do, Mr. Bear fan there. And then Average Historian says, I changed out my window motor thanks to YouTube. Yep, YouTube can help out. Yeah. Save some money. Save some moolah.
So Dorsey, go to YouTube first.
Yeah, go to YouTube first, dog.
But I don't see you wrenching anything.
I ain't wrenching shit. I barely know how to open up the hood.
Oh man. Oh man. On that note, hey,
I can see this silly motherfucker that talking about. Where's the latch?
I know. How you get this shit open, man? Let's go to the shop. Let's go to the shop.
Hey, and then Dorsey get that frustration. I know your frustration face. When that frustration face hit, he's like, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm out. No,
that's my man. I ain't gonna say his last name. My man Max at the BMW place here. Every time he see me, he go, hey, "How you doing, Mr. Levin?" Motherfucker, right. You know I ain't doing well. I'm here again.
I'm tired of this shit. Damn.
Up there.
Oh, my man Fortnite dad said, "Where's the blinker fluid?"
The blinker fluid. The blinker fluid.
Where's the blinker fluid go? Oh man, that's a good one. I'm like,
oh god, that's too much.
Ain't no blinker fluid. What's wrong with you? The mechanic look at you. What's wrong with you? Blinker fluid?
He gonna say, "Sir, you just got the new fool award."
Yeah. Hey, he would be calling the other mechanic. Hey man, come here. This dude just asked me for some blinker fluid. Where it go in the truck?
I don't think we had a You Big Dummy award all year.
No.
He would get that one.
He would get that one. Yep. So appreciate the chat being here. It's 50 Dizzle just jumped in there, and Papa Hurst, Fortnite Dad in here. Smoke Buds Heavy was in here. The Average Historian, the Bear Fan, Yodel Strudel. Appreciate y'all getting up early, hanging out with us here in the G Lounge, man. We're gonna be back next week, and we'll be here for the next couple weeks. So next week will not be the last episode. We're riding this out for the whole NFL season, and Garrett is giving love to everybody since he's the only one that could do that. I don't know how.
I don't know. Big ass. I'm gonna start calling you Care Bear. He's a big Care Bear.
Do I get that? Am I getting that? No, I can't give the love. Oh man. So we'll be back next week. Same bat channel, same bat chime here on the Green and Joe G Lounge. And now we're out. Everybody have a safe week, especially if you're in up in the north and inclement weather areas. Drive safe. Don't drive fast. Please don't. Don't drive fast. Hit the brakes softly. Don't hit the brakes hard.
Yeah, like Dorsey would. Like Dorsey would.
No, I know how to drive in the snow.